Good afternoon. It's almost midday in Australia. I was hoping to go on a bit earlier, but it took like an hour to get this whole music thing to work. This is the first time I've had a go with just using the YouTube library, so there shouldn't be no issues with licensing or anything like that. So that's all good. This is just music from the library, ready to roll. But yeah, just continue on from what I did yesterday. I was planning on getting more done last night, but didn't have the time. So I'm just going to jump right in here and continue on with my animation here. But yeah, I'm still, the good sign is good morning, welcome, thanks for joining. I'm still very happy with the result here. So it's always a good sign when you wake up the next day, look at your animation and go, yep, that wasn't shit. So I'm very happy with that. So yeah, looking pretty good. I'm going to continue on with this scene for now, and I'm wondering whether I have to get her head moving a little bit. I'm actually kind of happy with the way it is already, but just for the sake of looking nice, I might actually tilt her head up just a little bit. Yes, good night, very chill, and yeah, pretty good night. So yeah, not too much going on last night, and that already looks a little bit better. A little bit of movement there. So what I might do is grab this, keyframe that, and just extend that out a little bit. Oh, thank you very much for the compliment, Pet Goose. Pet Posse. Sorry, my eyes just screwed me. But yes, thank you for the nice words. As you can see, of course, that looks way better. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, feel free to chat away, ask any questions you like, no matter what you do. So I'll answer any question that comes up, whether it's a super chat or not. Don't think it's you're obligated. I just put it up there just in case you're feeling generous. I've got myself a little goal for the rest of the month at least. Cool. So there we go. We got the overall animation pretty much done for this particular shot for Evie. I'll animate her hair later on. I'm not too concerned about her hair right now. I usually do that at the very end once everyone's done. Let me know how the music levels are, by the way. I'm not monitoring this directly in my headphones, so if it's too loud, let me know and I'll bring it down a notch. Alright, cool. So yeah, let me know what you think of the music as well, whether you think I should remove it or keep it on or whatever. It took a while to fix up on the Mac. It's a real pain in the ass to get it setting up on the MacBook. Anyway, yep, brilliant. Thank you very much. Do I have a video about textures and how to get a result that animation? What do you mean? As in about animated textures or textures with characters? I'm not sure what you mean there. I do have a very basic texturing tutorial. I will probably update that when I get to the dragon, actually. Get to animating that dragon. Alright, cool. So we got that going there. I'm pretty happy with her now. Let's go to the girl and get her animation looking a little nicer. And save that. Go to pose mode. And now you can see her head is actually quite nicely... I actually like this pose as it is. So what I want to do is... I'm going to add a keyframe there. I'm going to copy this keyframe actually. Brilliant. Great to hear that it's working out. So I'm going to copy that as a backup frame, and I'm going to pose her so she's sort of lifting her body up a little bit. Her head is looking up at, Evie, and it can be pretty subtle, this lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it in a very subtle, whoops, wrong way. Yeah, I do have a basic texturing tutorial for characters, but nothing too advanced. So I plan on actually rectifying that in the future with the dragon tutorial. So I'll probably go into a bit more in depth with that in the future. I might actually turn her head now, just a little bit. And you can see it's looking very, very slow there. So, but overall, I think the overall pose is there. What I'm going to do now is basically grab all the keyframes from the character here, move back 2 spots-ish, copy that, and just bring it back so it's a bit quicker in line with Eevee coming down to the ground. You can see it's already looking a lot better. No worries. The dragon tutorial will be pretty in-depth overall, with sculpting and texturing and stuff, so I really want to make it look cool. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. So I'm gonna grab this and just sort of rotate her head. I hate the fact that I can't really see her eyes a little bit, so I might even move her hair a little bit to just uncover that a little bit. So I'm just gonna get her going like so. In the multi-stream as well, thank you for joining on Twitch. Appreciate that as well. If you're on Twitch, feel free to ask questions as well. That looks better. So now what I need to do is just give the body a little bit of a little push down and up. So as she turns her body, I just want to get her body looking like sort of, you can see what I mean by that change there. It just makes such a difference. Just getting her whole body to move with that motion. I might actually turn her head completely now. Why not? So grabbing that, I'm just making sure it looks nice and, nice and clean. And you can see that looks quite nice. Just a little bit of movement like that is really all I need for this shot. And I may even get her blinking as she turns her head as well. Looking pretty cool. Alright, so that's kind of it for the shot. I could technically add a little bit of animation into the camera, just a tad. But I don't want. I'm not a big fan. Like, obviously, a lot of people disagree with me with this one. I'm not a big fan of unnecessary camera movement. Put it that way. Oh, no worries. I'm very happy that it works out. It's working out for you. It's my pleasure. It's why I made the videos, really, to remove some of those barriers, especially with regards to that sort of stuff. And I think one of the big things that shits me about a lot of other videos out there is that they'll do the topology videos, but they won't do it in a way that like makes sense for the general use case. So they'll make a monster or something and then they'll retopologize it. But when you try to apply that knowledge to like a human, things start to break down because you're not working in context, right? So it's really difficult to sort of translate that. So that's why I'm glad it works out. It's working out for so many people. Actually, that looks pretty good. Actually, pretty happy with that animation. And I could actually add a little bit of camera shake there as well if I wanted to. Yeah, looking pretty cool. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. All right. So we got some nice animation in there. Good morning. It's officially midday now. We've crossed over to the afternoon in Australia. It's 12:04 p.m. here. All right, cool. So I'm going to double check on my Animatic now and see what I can do next. So open up Premiere. I'm getting to the point where I kind of don't want to show stuff, but I also have to sort of show stuff as I animate because you know, otherwise I can't really do the streams. And the streams are really just there to help me just push myself to get things done. I've basically got 10-ish days to finish what I want to finish. When I mean finish over the overall animation before I move over to sound. I've set myself a sort of time limit because I got a big project coming up soon, freelance-wise, then I won't have time to basically do this stuff. So, and then going into December, it's a whole nother ball game, and I'll put some announcements about that in the future if I feel comfortable doing this. So, but yeah, you can see here. Overall, that's looking pretty cool. I kind of like the expression she has already on her face, which is good. Let's go check out my animation on my... Alright, cool. So I'm not too concerned about not seeing the girl's face at the moment, because the next shot is a point of view shot from the girl, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and just swap out the camera now. So what I'm going to do is make a third camera in this shot. And I might have keep a little bit of delay there and actually get some eye darts in there. I've made considerable progress because you made it so easy to understand. It's been one breakthrough after another. I finally at a point that I'm truly happy with my models. Well, I'm really happy about that, honestly. I'm really glad that's working out for you. And it's just a nice sign to see about, you know, sometimes you just really got to break it down to simple terms, or like people overshadow the importance of what is seemingly, I guess you can say, not very important. They don't consider it to be very important to talk over, or too complicated to go through the basics like that. And for some reason, they consider it to be almost like confusing. And I don't really get that. So I always think that you got to talk about those really fundamental things in detail before you jump into the deep end. All right, so let's make a new camera. And you can see here the girl is basically, her whole head is sticking through the bars at this point, but I don't care because you can't see it in the shot, so he gives a crap. So I'm gonna make a new camera now. Camera 02, there we are. I hate how the default creates a camera with rotations in it. It's so annoying. So I'm gonna make a new camera on the y-axis like so. There we go. Oh shit, it's completely rotated here. Why is it doing that? That's interesting. Alright, X. That's why. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna bring that around like so. And depending on the scenario, I may need to remove Eevee from this shot a little bit. It might even actually be worth making a new scene for this shot. We'll see. But you can see here on the marker here, I'm going to add a new marker and go to bind camera to marker. And my goal now is to sort of frame the shot specifically on the girl. And you can see Eevee is basically in the way, which is not great. So we may need to keyframe her visibility in the actual shot. I might actually just do that. So at frame 150, Eevee's rig and her whole body will basically just disappear in the shot. So let's do that. So in the outliner, unfortunately you can't keyframe collections, which is really annoying because it makes so much sense to do so. So I actually might just remove her with a keyframe. Yeah, I'm gonna move her off frame. That's it. So just temporarily, just grab her body, grab a keyframe there, go back one frame, keyframe there, go here, keyframe here, and then I'm just gonna move her off the frame. Just fuck her off. And that will be how I swap into the next shot. And then that's fine. I'm happy with that. And now it's just a matter of lining up that camera properly to frame the girl. And I will change her location in the shot too. Alright, cool. So what we want to do is basically, I want to swap out the direction of that a little bit. Like so. I'm going to bring that around like, I'm going to center that a little bit, rotate that a little bit. And basically what I'm trying to do, that's cool. Either way, man, as long as you found it useful. I actually want to make a brand new series on characters soon, so keep an eye on that. Maybe a Christmas treat. We'll see how we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's see. I think that will be okay. Something like that will be alright. And I might actually, in this case as well, bring down her body even further into the ground, because I really want to show her whole face in this shot. So I'm going to completely position her body again for this particular shot. So I'm going to select everything here, keyframe that, go one frame back, keyframe that again, and then in this shot, it's sort of like just reframing everything. So I'm going to reframe her entire being like so, and grab her, basically grab her so she's like properly in frame. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm very happy that it's worked out for you. I mean, if you have a Twitter or anything like that, feel free to tag me or Instagram with some of the work you've done. I would love to see it. Alright, cool. Let's get this up and running. She looks kind of derpy at the moment, so that's okay. We're just going to reframe this entire thing so it looks correct. This part is actually going to be quite difficult to animate the subtleties in her face. So I really want to get some sort of sense of like what's going on. Move her body back a little bit as well. You can see her arms are looking a little bit stretched there too. I might actually bring down her shoulders. And maybe even, yeah. Just do something like that, will be alright. Or I might even tilt her body forward. You can see the issue there with the skinning though, so I might have to fix that in her rig later on. So I'm just going to try and get everything nice and positioned correctly. I might remove some of the symmetry there, so bring her arm up a little bit, like so, for instance. Yeah, I think that looks better. Fix up her shoulder a little bit, remove some of that crushing. That's sort of like an anti-twisting thing that's going on there. So there we go. There we go there. It's a pretty cool little tune. Actually, I'm glad I found this one, actually. Sometimes I just forget which tunes I had. Is Evie getting herself eaten? Maybe. You'll see. You'll see. Good question. Alright, let's have a look now. That's looking cool. I might actually turn, like you can see here that her body's not really moving that much there, so I'm actually decrease the volume, sure thing. How's that? Is that better? Hoping that's better. I don't know if it's going to bug out, but hopefully that's brought down the volume somewhat. Otherwise, I'll just turn off the music for now. Is it possible to set up Is it possible to set all this up like camera, rig, UV material in Blender and export it to Unreal to create a cinematic movie on things like Unreal? Yes on the camera, yes on the rig, yes on the animation, but you'd have to reconstruct the materials inside of Unreal. So you can do the UVing in Blender and all sorts of stuff, make sure it all looks good in Blender, but you will have to reconstruct all those materials in Unity or Unreal. That's the thing that sucks about any workflow like that. You kind of have to have basically a duplicate workflow in Unreal. All right, I'm gonna move her body in a little bit more there. Let's move that in, it's like so. I can create everything I've ever wanted in this complete exactness because of the understanding from the content. When my game releases, I'll be giving... Oh, well, thank you very much. And when the game comes out, please let me know as well. I'd love to see. Alright, cool. Let's see. I think I might slow down that rotation. I might actually rotate her in more, like so. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. And also I might even get a little bit of a head bob in there. As she turns her head. Maybe she can turn down a little bit. And then back up. Ah. Sorry, if you see me clicking keys by accident, it's because of the keyframes. The keyframes in Blender can be a bit... That looks alright. I gotta also remember that this is not running at full real time, so it's gonna look a lot quicker when she's animated in the final version. But yeah, I'll clean up that in a sec. Her hair has to move anyway, so. All right, cool. So with this in mind, I kind of just want to get some very subtle movement into her frame here. So this shot's meant to last 2788. Let's go into the shot. So it starts at 2890. I'm gonna go up to 2820. Okay. So it goes for 30 frames in my shot. Well, that's good. Alright, 30 frames is good. So basically 150 to 170 is 20 frames. Let's go to 180 and this will be the shot for this one. And that's how long this shot's going to last here. Yeah, that's good to me. Alright, cool. So, can I get any characters from me? Yes, there are some on Gumroad. There's some free characters on Gumroad. There's a woman, I think. So yes, check out my Gumroad. It's the same name as anything else I have, so check it out. But yeah, they're all up on there. Cool. Alright, so what I'm going to do is sort of just get some eye movement in there first. Let's see what we can do. And fix up her expression a little bit. Just also got to think about like her mouth movement as well. So what I want to do there with her. So it's going to be very, very subtle movement here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just move her body a little bit. I'm going to move her body a little bit like so. Even like, see, you can see just how subtle it's going to be. Get that going on there. Get a little dip in there. I'm actually kind of happy with that little bouncy. You can see just how, even like something like that, it's enough to sort of indicate like just subtle movement. And I'm actually kind of like the jerkiness of that as well. Kind of feels a little bit more natural. What I'm going to do is also grab... Oh, no worries. My pleasure. And I'm sure I'm going to bring out some more stuff as well. And this is a question for you guys in the chat. I'll probably put a poll out there as well on YouTube and Twitter and all that sort of stuff. But obviously I have, you know, I have the Patreon, I have all that sort of stuff to help support the channel. But I'm also thinking about adding a little bit of merchandising and very simple stuff like posters. And I'm thinking of doing topology posters, so you can actually buy the poster, put it on your wall over your desk when you're practicing, and you can see straight up in your face edge flow for the face, edge flow for the body, edge flow for the hands, and you can kind of buy posters or whatever that sort of show that sort of stuff. Would you guys be interested in that? Just let me know in the chat, because I'd love to make those sort of things as well. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do now is let's get a little bit of a head movement in there. Yeah, cool. By the way, the title of the game is Bort från varandra, translating from Swedish as away from each other. Yeah, that's awesome. Is my animation on 12 or 24? At the moment it's at 24, but I'm very curious about whether or not I should oh, that looks really cool. That's almost exactly what I want in the head. Just that little movement. I think I'm going to just keep it as is. Jesus, that looks really nice. But yes, I am thinking about converting the animation to 12 in the final output to give it a bit more character. Not sure yet, because it will take a bit of time to do that. There is a plugin that makes it easy though, so I've done a video on that as well, the plugin, and it's awesome. It still works great in 3.3, so I will probably do that as well. I'm gonna keep that there. Let's get her nose rotated there. There we go. That's perfect. You can just see how little animation we need to kind of get that feeling in there. So now what I'm going to do is give that a little bit of eye dart action. Yeah. Yep, cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's good to hear. At least you guys think that there's value in that, in the poster idea, because I really want to do those sort of things. And I think it's a nice, easy way to support whatever I do without really committing to something as crazy as a Patreon or whatever. All right, cool. I'm going to copy this keyframe here. Oops, well, you can see how fucked up I got then. Let's grab this. So, oh, wrong one. Paste it there. So, eye darts are essentially that. They're meant to be like very quick. Quick and snappy. So something like, you know, so very, very, obviously I'm going to fix up her eye. No worries. Thank you for joining. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you back. Eye darts are meant to be very subtle. Like just little changes in the location of the eyes, just to see like where they might be focusing on a certain part of the eye, of the face or whatever. And it's usually done like with very simple holds. You can see what I mean. 1, 2, 1, 2, and I might do one more in 3s just before the 1, 2, 3. I might even change the timing a little bit. That's looking pretty cool, I reckon. Loving that. And now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of a blink. Like, and it can be it doesn't even have to be a full blink. It can be like a half blink almost, like she's when she's eye darting around. It could be like a very subtle sort of thing. So when she turns here, for instance, I'm gonna give her a little bit of a. I think I'll turn on mirroring there as well. Very subtle. Rise and fall. And it's only 2 frames. 1, 2, 3. See? It's only 2 frames in the difference. See what I mean? It's very, very little. And it can even settle it too. So when I say settle it, you can just grab the controllers there, move those forward, and sort of give it a little bit of. And it looks really natural. Just a little bit of. A little bit of that going on there. And I might actually do it again here. So something like this. Keyframe that. Keyframe that. And we got ourselves a little bit of movement there. And this one can be a bit more softer, maybe. And even more subtle in this case as well. And then back to the original state. So grabbing those controls. Oops, wrong one. That's cool. And I might actually, I'm not sure if I should end it on a blink, but I might actually blink her now very quickly. So 1, blink, blink. Put those back up. And into a settle. How different is that? Massive difference. Hey, I'm doing really well. And with that blink, I might actually make the head turn just a little bit more intense. All right, so here. This will be like a really quick little. Going into the blink. There we go. Maybe add a little bit of. A bit more movement there. So grab that. Keyframe that. It can be and as she's blinking, maybe tilt her head down a little bit. There you go. And we're trying to get some life in those eyes. So you can see what I'm doing there. And now what I want to do is add a little bit of movement in her mouth. Little question, a little bit out of context. I'm studying digital design and animation. And I kind of want to start building experience for a job. How should I start, or what do you recommend I me do? Well, if you're familiar in, say, even like the Twitch world, or within certain communities of art communities, I would recommend you trying to find small projects that you can start to build some sort of following on, or get some money on. So, for example, if you find a Twitch streamer that wants to do a new introduction video that features a character, maybe you can find someone who wants that done, and you can get paid for it. And it doesn't have to be a big project. It can be like a 5-second piece of animation, but you still have to animate and rig and do whatever you need to do to gain that experience. And I think that's a good way of practicing. If you can find people that are interested in your artwork, yeah. And that helps you build out at least some very simple portfolio professional work as well. I think that's a very good opportunity to do that sort of thing. Let's have a look. There we go. And now what I might do here is just get her eyes focusing a little bit more. Like so, let's see. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Oh no, my pleasure. It's really about that. It's the opportunities that present yourself. Like, I think it's a lot. I mean, it's still difficult to find that sort of work and find ways of gaining experience. But I think nowadays, with the fact that there's so many independent content creators that need content created for them because they don't have the skill set, it's very easy to reach out and ask people or put your name out there and try and get interest that way. I think that's a really valid way of doing things nowadays. And I might actually start with a little bit of a... Here, I might actually bring her mouth down a little bit. Oh, well, you'll have the opportunity, I'm sure, if you're studying digital design and animation, if you are doing a university course, I don't know what you're doing, and the curriculum usually involves creating a short film, you'll have that opportunity at school. But even over the summer, I mean, obviously summer just passed, but over the Christmas break or whatever, there's nothing stopping you from making very short, little 10-second, 30-second pieces, with very simple narratives. I think that's one way of doing it. Like, keep the narrative really simple. Like, this one is already way too complicated for a 3-minute film, in my opinion. So, like, what I'm doing here is, yeah, more ambitious than I thought it would be. Like, I thought it'd just be a cakewalk to get this one done, but just goes to show you how, even someone who does this every day can sort of misinterpret how long something will actually take to get done. I might actually keyframe her jaw there and just sort of open it up a little bit again as she opens, make it really subtle. I want to kind of have a little bit slack-jawed, if that makes sense. So going ahead and putting that in. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Well, in that case, yeah, definitely you might have to start looking into sort of practicing narrative design, like understanding how, you know, how to build out your narratives and stuff like that. Might be one way of going about it. And then sort of work out a script that could work for you with the time constraints. Keep it within a minute at most if you're practicing on your own time, because obviously you need to make a living. You don't want to overextend yourself. something like that. That's a bit too much movement in the jaw. Cool, there we go. Even here, when she's closing her mouth, it could almost look like she's swallowing. So what I can do is sort of, when she's squishing her mouth, scale it fat way. Scale it down as well. And when she opens her mouth again, we can undo the scale. Oops, I'm going too far. Let's go ahead and scale that up a little bit. There we go. You can see how adding a little bit of squash and stretch in that mouth helps a lot. And I might just extend that out a little bit like so. Oh, thank you very much. I'm hoping that it like resonates. I mean, it's a very simple story overall. Like this first part is very simple. It's basically a chase. But I'm hoping it gets enough hooks into people's heads that they want to see it, what happens, what the whole thing means, and everything like that. But we never know with these things. It could have like 20 views and never get anything beyond that. So yeah, I'm just hoping I hope it like resonates or inspires people to do their own stuff as well. All right, cool. Let's have it. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So, you know, this is the thing about streaming animation, by the way, is that not every animation is going to be jumps and fights and explosions and stuff. And even if you do that, it still takes time to go through all this sort of the eccentricities of it all. So, you know, watching me animate this little expression to me is really interesting. I think it's really cool seeing like something as simple as a head turn come to life. But obviously, if you're expecting to see like lots of runs and jumps and lots of stuff, it's a bit more difficult to really do that very quickly as well. Okay, let's go. But look, I'm pretty happy with what I've done already today. Like that going to there. And then that looks really cool. I'm really happy with that. And I might even add some camera shake there as well to give it a little bit more context. And even like her eyebrows moving. I'm not going to do too much there, but like I'll keep it on an X mirror. When she's going for that little blink, I can even just very small little movements. And then back up a little bit. And then like sort of stretch that out a little bit. Yeah, it's really interesting to see just how much little things like really matter with bringing things into life. And this is not even counting the hair and hand movement and stuff, you know. And I might. And when she blinks here, for instance, I'm going to go ahead and keyframe this down a little bit. Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, awesome. And thanks for the kind words. Let's bring that up a little bit. So let's have a look and see what we got here. 1, 2, 3. Looks like I pushed it in the wrong direction though. Did I? No? This looks like it's bubbling a little bit. There's a bit of a delay in that blink, so let's just bring that there. That looks better. Blink. Oh, I see what's going on here. This keyframe's out of whack. That's why. Let's delete those. That's the problem with mirroring. Using the auto mirror is that you forget that you haven't got the other eye selected, so you kind of have to like manually fix things up again. There we go. There we go, that's better. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. All right. Do you find that the stream lags if you go into cycles? I think you're using Eevee though, right? I actually find that the stream lags more if I go into Eevee. For some reason, cycles seems to perform better on the Mac when you're playing back, even though it looks really patchy and shitty. Like the playback is more consistent than with Eevee on the Mac. I'm not sure why. Oh, no worries. I'm the same with my rigs as well. I get too carried away as well. Like I've got controls in here that I pretty much almost never used in my rigs, but I use many. I have them in there just in case. So yeah, don't you worry about that. It happens to everyone. That looks really good. I'm really happy with her face there. Awesome. Yeah, it's weird with the Mac. The Mac is a really strange little beast in the context of just 3D. It's like an amazing tool for like video and all that sort of stuff. But with 3D, it's both great and shit at the same time. So like doing this on the Mac is just mind-blowing to me. But the rendering side of things is still really, really behind. I am utterly convinced that my future setup will almost be entirely on the Mac, apart from maybe rendering in cycles. But if the Mac Pro or whatever comes out in the future can up their game on the rendering side, it's almost a guarantee for me. Yes, I did read this myself. Oh, nice. Followed you and tagged you in my recent post. I have a crap ton more outfits to showcase. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, nice. Was this on Twitter or on Instagram? Alright, let's go ahead and add some little hair movements. So sometimes I might actually be... In this case, I'm almost tempted to sort of... Let's see, which way is the main rotation? They're all different, I think. Oh, my pleasure. Do you set the rig up? Yeah. So this is a plugin. I don't code this myself, but this is a plugin. But yes, I do set it up myself to get the right layers and stuff working. Ah, yeah, cool. I'm just checking out the page now. Hey, that face looks amazing, man. This is for Noah. The face looks awesome. Love it. And going from the sketch to the face design, you can really see effort to retranslate that. And I think your skill as a drawer is also improving a lot too. I could tell just from the evolution of your work. Really cool. Yeah, super cool. Do you have the shaders already done? Yeah, the shaders are already done. So if I were to turn on the preview, it's a very stylized rendering style. I'm not doing realism at all, nowhere near. So this is the sort of style I'm going for. And if I turn on other things like rain and puddles, you'll see what I mean. So that's the sort of style I'm going for. I can actually show you the final output. If you go to my page, you'll see more. But if I go to my actual render. Let's pick a frame that's cool, so you can kind of see that's the final output, the final style I'm going for. So very stylized effects. So yeah, that's the sort of look I'm going for. Yeah. Within, you know, it makes it easier in terms of budget as well. So. But yeah, feel free to keep following along if you want to see more, obviously. Always happy to get a subscription on YouTube or a like on a video. So always keen on that. If you wonder why I don't talk up Twitch that much, it's because I don't find myself a reliable enough streamer for you to invest in a sub there. But even in then, you know, that's all good. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is get her hair moving a little bit. So I'm going to select her hair, and I might hide away everything else for now. Don't need to see anything else. It's called the Rig UI, actually. It's actually just called Rig UI plugin. So all you gotta do is Google it, you'll find it. It's easy as, it's easy to install, it's free. It's one of the most common ones used. I'm actually really tempted here to sort of procedurally get the hair whipping around. And I'm tempted to try, I'm gonna use the Z axis. Z and X axis to do this. Let's give this a go. So I'm going to add a keyframe on the hair over here, and open up this panel here, and let's add a graph editor and go to the hair here, and let's just see what we can do here. I'm not sure why these are showing up here still. I don't know, doesn't matter. Let's grab the X rotation. Let's start with Z, actually. Z rotation. Now you'll see here I'm in the quaternions here. It makes it very difficult to animate and add modifiers. So what I'm going to do is copy this, or save this first. Go to pose, convert rotation modes, X, Y, Z. Okay. Let's go and see what we can do here. And you can see now the rotation orders are fixed. Oh, it's very easy. Let me show you. I'll make a new file just to show you what I mean. So, let's open up a new instance of Blender. Sorry, it's opening up now. There's Blender. I've got my file here. Let's go to link. We're going to go to, let's go to the girls rig, because I think it's a bit more reliable than Eevee's at the moment. So baby 04, and then click on that link. You want to choose, in my case, it's always good to, I found to embed in the collection everything you need for the rig. So instead of having to select all the collections here, you have a master collection that contains the rig, the geometry, everything else. And push link, and you can see that everything is in there now, but we can't animate it right now. If we go to object, relations, library override, and there we have it. Everything is selectable in their own right. You don't have full control over certain things, but you have the option to turn things off and on. And then if we go to the rig, you can see now it's fully customizable, and this little symbol here means it's linked, so you can see just how much control you have. That's it. Very simple. Welcome back, Jex. Noah Brewer, thank you. It's a real pain to get it look the way she does. The face is inspired by Jennifer Goodwins. I have to look that up. Let's look that up. Sorry about that window. That's I was trying to get the sound to work. Oh yeah, cool. Yep, I see it. I get that. Yeah, it's super easy. Really easy. Oh, no worries. Alright, cool. So I've got the hair here. Now I've got my XYZ. Now to play with. I'm going to add a modifier in the graph editor. I'm going to noise. Let's see how this looks. Oh, not in the scale. That's bad. Don't want that one. I want rotation. Where are we? There we go. Add modifier. Noise. There we go. And you'll see it's going to be really crazy. It should be... You can see it's really crazy there. So what we're going to do is just soften that out really, quite a bit. So it just looks like it's waving away. And then we got to bring down the strength. Really subtle. And you can see here it's working. It's just looking pretty robotic now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see if this works, is I'm going to copy this modifier and offset it by 2 frames. Copy that, go down the chain, go to the X Euler there, or Euler, paste it in there, offset by 2, because I want to have the exact same properties, but just offset. Do the same thing here. X, paste it in there, offset by 4 in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't do it by frames. That's a weird one. That's alright. Let's see how we go. And one more for this one. I'm just really curious if this will work. Paste it in. Offset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will work. Doesn't look much different. So what we're going to do is set that properly. So that one's good. This one will be 2 frames. 4 frames. 6 frames. I think that will work. Let's have a look. I think it's working quite nicely. I could increase the strength just a tad. And see what happens here. I'm going to copy that value across to all the other hairs. Let's see what happens. I actually kind of like it. It's got some nice overlap there. I might make it a little bit more intense, so maybe 3 frames instead. So this one will be 3. 6. 9. Let's see how that goes. And that's looking pretty good. The only thing I might change is the offset. Yeah, it looks cool. And what I might do as well is do the same thing, but in the Z. So the Z will get a little bit of that as well. So what I'm going to do is copy that one. Oops. Undo. Copy that one. Put it into Z. Copy this one. Put it into Z. Copy this one. Put it into Z. And we'll just see how it looks. If it doesn't look very good, we'll delete them. Copy this one. Put it into Z. Hey, welcome, Common Sans. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm liking that. I think that's a good way of doing this hair without really having to animate it. And once everything else is in there as well, this will look pretty good. The only thing I might do is just change the offset ever so slightly. So I'm not a big fan of this massive shift here. So what I'm going to do is just offset the animation a little bit so you don't see that weird bump. So copy that and paste it into that one. So copy, offset 9. Oh, sorry. That's annoying. Can't do that. Yeah, animation's going good. Very happy with it so far. So I'll change the phase. That's a good one. Let's change the phase. So it's a bit more. That looks better. 10.2. Let's do 10.2 on the phase. Across all of these. Copy. Paste. Paste. So all the graphs kind of look the same. Paste. Paste. Let's see how this is. 3.5 minutes. Almost exactly 3.5 minutes. It was meant to be a minute. Then it became 3.5 minutes. That looks awesome. Loving the hair now. That's a nice, easy way of doing that. I don't have to keyframe a single thing. And that hair is looking really nice and bobby. Love it. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to do now is copy that same idea across to the rest of the hair. So copy this. I'm going to keyframe, make sure these have keyframes. They do. That's great. So what I'm going to do is copy the keyframe across to these ones here. This may take a little while, obviously, but it'll be alright. And I might add a little bit of an offset there as well, again, in the phase to sort of make it a little bit different to the other hair. So copy that, paste that in there. I'm going to do that across the follicles here. X, paste. Unfortunately, there's no easy way of doing it across multiple parameters. Can you still add frames without? Yes, you can. You can. So this can be like an additive effect as well, if you don't want it. If you want to add a little bit of shake. That's how camera shake is done. You still animate the camera overall, but then you add a little shake in the modifier. All right, paste. There we go. Yeah. Save that. All right, cool. Move down a notch. So you can see here, we have this one here. Let's just copy this one. Again, once more, go down to this one. Now it's time to do this one. Paste it, offset it by 3. Copy that, paste it in Z as well. And I'm just gonna go down the chain, or around the chain rather. Paste. 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 I'm going to save this as well, making sure I'm saving along the way. Now before I offset everything with the phase, I'm going to do a little test and see how this is all looking, of course. Paste. Paste. There we go. One more down the chain. These ones have more bones, it seems. Okay, so this one is going to be... Yep, this is all good. Paste this one in there now, over here. Offset that by 6. Copy that. So if you're wondering why I'm offsetting by 6, it's because it's gonna add a natural follow through or overlap or overshooting. So it's going to be like a delay, like a snake sort of delay. Oops, paste. And I'll give this a different phase across the different hair follicles as well. Or hair bones, rather. This one has one already. This one goes there. Paste. And paste. Alright, cool. Almost there. Just got to do one more. I think. Oh no, it goes even further. Okay, cool. These ones are a bit more involved. At the back though, because let's have a look and see how this is animated so far. That's looking really cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's looking really cool. But what I will do is I will offset the phase a little bit. So you can see just how nice the hair is looking already. So no physics, no nothing like that. It's just a nice easy way of getting some wind in her hair. Alright, cool. I'm not going to bother with the back here because I think at that point we don't need to worry about the bottom of the hair. So what I'm going to do now is just across all of these values. So this one has a different phase already. This one here will have a slightly different phase again. So I'm going to go ahead and just change the phase. Same thing with this one here. Change the phase again. Oops. Something like that would be fine. Copy that. And this just like changes the way the graph is being drawn according to the modifier. So now you'll see it gives it a bit of a more random feel to it at the back. That's looking pretty cool. So this one will be a different phase altogether as well. And it can be a random number as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, across it all. But what I will do is I'll change the phase in both X and Y. Just gonna make sure I do that. 3 X. There we go. And let's go ahead and do that on the X here. Oh, this doesn't have any on this one. That's okay. I could go ahead and add this and offset it by, what's it? 3, 6, 9. I gotta add it there as well. Oh, thank you. Alright, so copy this. Paste it in there. Paste it in there. And then offset by 9 in this case. Let's have a look and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah. And you can kind of see that the X needs some work there as well. So what I need to do is copy the phase. That one's alright. Oh, they're all fixed across both. That's all good. This one is the one I think I changed. 12. And yeah, so I have to fix a phase on that one too. Copy that. X. Phase. X. And there as well. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, that looks much better already. Awesome. And there's going to be a few little twists. You can see like the hair's clipping through her body there. That might be a skinning thing I might want to do. I might just skin that to her head, that part of the hair, so it doesn't move. That would probably be smart to do. But overall, I'm really happy with that. I'm going to do the same thing over here now on the, in this case, on the Z. I don't think I need to do anything on the X, but we'll see. But on the Z, especially, paste. So I'm going to do the same thing over here, Z, and Z. Now, with the hair here, let's go ahead and change the offset. That's 6. Let's go with 0 here. 3 here. And 6 here. Oh, thank you very much. And we got, there we go. You got some, that looks so cool. You can see the hair doing its thing. That's so cool. It's just coincidental that it actually works with the animation. Nice one. Yep, that's really cool. Really happy with that. I'm gonna do the same thing with the yeah, it does, and it's just keyframes. It's not even keyframes. It's automatic like random keyframes, really, or procedural keyframes. That's the better way of putting it. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on this one now. Offset 0. Copy this, and with this one, I will add a change in the phase as well before I copy it. Copy that. That would be 3. This will be 6. This one's a bit longer. This will be 9. And then finally on this one will be 12. Oh shit, not 12 strength, 12 offset. There we go. So let's have a look and see how that looks now. Yeah, that looks awesome. Happy with that. Really happy with that. Now you'll see here that the hair is sort of being manipulated a little bit too much by the joints. That's down to my skinning being pretty shit. So what I can actually do is save this for now and go into the baby rig. This is why referencing is so good. And what I'm going to do is bring back her hair here. I'm just going to animate that out a little bit. And I think for this particular hair follicle, I'm just going to keep on her head. So so in edit mode or weight paint mode, I'm going to go ahead and weight paint the head. This particular one. That will keep it nice and securely on her head. So I might have to do this manually. Let's just go into edit mode and select those joints. And select that entire hair piece in this case. Give it an assignment of hair 100. And I'll have to remove any other verts on that as well. So let's have a look at her geometry there and see. So hair R1. Okay, cool. This is the hard part, is removing anything else But that's okay. What we can do is white paint. We'll get through it in the end. Alright, cool. There we go. Grab the gradient tool. Strength is 0. Get that up and running. Wherever the hair is being pulled. I don't remember what actual values there are. Let's bring that down to 0. Oh shit, I'm actually screwing up the rest of the hair as well. My bad. Yes, it's a pain. But that's alright. We can normalize those weights on that part. I actually might separate that piece, actually, in edit mode. That should be the easier way. Separate that hair piece. And now, what I can do is grab the head, lock off the head, and delete all unlock groups. That should fix that. Oops, wrong control. Oh, fuck me dead. Did I delete the wrong ones? Yes, I did. My bad. So you're good. This one is now separate. Let's go into the weights here. Head, lock it off. Delete, unlock groups. And now that should stay put. And I can probably just go ahead and just give that a little bit of a fix up in the geometry. So it doesn't clip through her head at the top. And let's just reset that pose. So now, let's have a look and see. Now that hair should stay put. And you can see now it's working fine. Yep, done. That's the glory of using linked data. So you can see here that I didn't have to actually fix up or replace the rig inside of the scene file. So yeah, if you can, if you want to try it out, I definitely recommend using linked rigs. That's for sure. All right, cool. All right, how are we feeling so far? Been going for an hour. I might go for another half hour. But so far, that's looking really cool. Now what I might do here as she comes in, I might give her a little bit of eye dart action too. Just to make sure that she looks, you know, nice and worried. Alright. Got a good 20 or 30 frames to do that in, so let's just go ahead and little eye dart down. Give that a bit of a thank you. Oops, a little bit of a eye dart back up. Maybe she's looking at her, you know. Now that's looking a little bit too extreme, so what I might do is just reduce that a little bit. Half the amount of movement. Copy that. Paste. Half that movement. Move that across over here. Ah, my pleasure. Thank you very much. That looks better. Over here, because it feels a little bit like it's... That's better. And I might give her just a little bit of a head tilt. Hold on, let me just see what's going on here. feel like there's a little bit too much movement there. Copy that. Let's copy that keyframe. Yeah, it's still moving. There we go. Alright, cool. And as she turns her head, I might just get a little bit of really subtle movement in her. Yeah, that's enough. Yep, and just a little bit in her head now. Raise those eyebrows a little bit. Copy those, and just bring that forward a little. Copy that keyframe actually. Copy that, paste them in here. And as she's looking down, that will go down as well. Just a little bit like so. Copy that. You can see how different that is. Just how subtle that is, how it works out. Alright, cool. I might actually get her jaw open up a little bit. And then yeah, there we go. And as she turns to look this way, maybe she can close her jaw 100%. Looks a bit too robotic. I'll keep it open. Maybe get her mouth just looking a little bit more like it's moving a little bit. So yeah, really subtle movements at this point to sort of emphasize certain things. Cool. And just like the girl, I'm going to give her some really subtle eye movements. I mean, in the eyelids. So just a little bit of blink action on both eyes. Copy those across. Copy that. Paste, and then back up to how they were before. There we go. And same thing over here. So I'm going to just copy these 3 keyframes across it all. 1, 2. Maybe it's a bit too much there. That's alright. Delete those. I think that'll do. Cool. Alright. What do you guys reckon so far? Looking pretty good? I'm hoping so. Alright, cool. We're on to the next shot. I'm pretty happy with that. As a piece. Alright, cool. So in my next shot, I'm going to... Oh, wait. Well, do I bother? You know what? I am not going to bother. I'm just going to pose her hands nicer first. I'm not going to move her hands or anything like that. But I will make them look a little bit nicer. So just making sure they look good. That's the only thing at this point. So they should already have some keyframes on them, which they do. That's good. So all I need to do really is just get them looking a little bit more connected to the pole. So yeah, let's get that in there. Making sure that the fingers are all connecting to that pole. And looking like kind of nice, you know what I mean? And if I have to, I'm not going to stop myself from scaling up things if I can't, you know, if I have to. Alright, cool. I think that looks a bit better. I'm not going to bother with anything else there. This hand I think will be fine because you can barely see it. And I think the hands are in the right position anyway. That's fine. This one can go here a little bit. Ah shit, and it's in mirror mode, my classic response. Let's go ahead and fix that up. Turn it off, there we go. That looks better. There we go, awesome. Alright, we're coming together here. Very happy with the progress today. That looks so cool. Alright. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're on to the next shot. New camera, or back to this camera actually. Back to this camera. So what I'm going to do is add a marker here, move on to the next few frames. And the cool thing about this whole deal is that you can actually rebind the camera that you used previously. So we've got our first camera here. Well, camera one there, camera there. So we can actually go ahead and select that camera once more. That is this camera, and bind that as well, marker. And you can see here that we got ourselves a good cut. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, cool. I'm actually quite happy with her position there too. But I actually might... I'm actually tempted to do a side-on view between the bars. That'd be kind of cool. So I might even make a second camera. Obviously Evie has to come back to where she was. So grabbing keyframe there, keyframe there. We're going to bring her back by copying this keyframe and putting it back to where she was. And there we go. That's cool. I like that. So what I might do here... Ooh, this one might be a bit tough. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to add another camera. Also, I didn't realize someone gave a super chat. I didn't get notified. Sorry about that. Oh, it must have just popped up. Oh, thank you though. You're a big fan from Melbourne. So am I. I'm from Melbourne too. Torn between going back to study 3D VS or having to switch versus having to switch from Blender. Thoughts? Best uni for animation if I did. Cheers, Dicko. Well, I teach at one in Melbourne. I teach at I'm not sure why it didn't show me that in the bloody multi-stream, but thank you very much. It's starting to, I must be starting to screw up again. Man, I missed a lot of chats here. Am I streaming? Firstly, let's answer the few questions here. We got, are you streaming to Twitch and then linking it from stream to YouTube? Was thinking it's just streaming through YouTube, not sure. I'm using Streamlabs to stream at both at the same time. So yes. Having feedback from you and watching your work has been a treat. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much about the believable and stylized. Cheers. Michael, thank you for the super chat. So having to go back to study 3D versus having to switch from Blender. Don't worry about that. Study with whatever you got at uni. If they teach you in Maya, it's actually a better thing that they teach you in Maya now than if you have to teach it yourself. Trust me about that. I've done it myself. It doesn't matter. You can translate whatever you learn in Maya to Blender and vice versa. It doesn't really matter at all. Thoughts about best uni for animation if I did? Well, I teach at a college called JMC Academy. So they have a very good program. It's very comprehensive, I guess you can say, for the industry. So whether you learn 2D or 3D, you can learn both. It's shorter, so it's a 2-year course over a 3-year course. So it's an accelerated program, so you'll get through it faster. The downside to that is, of course, is the amount of content you learn in 2 years can be quite overwhelming at times. So you're learning a lot very quickly, which is a good and bad thing. It's a bit more expensive because it's a private college, so there's that as well. If you are on a budget or you don't want to overextend your HEX debt, I would recommend RMIT for their animation course. They do really good stuff, and if you can look at their graduate work, it gets better every year, which is really cool as well. So they publish their work. They have an actual showing at the end of the year with the RMIT classes. I'm pretty sure they'd have one this year as well, the graduate results and they have a showing. They have a big showing at one of their screens in Melbourne. And you can see the quality of the work they produce as well. So, and then you can talk to the lecturers there too. So, yeah. I came from RMIT. That's my background, studying at RMIT. And when I look back at it, I think I learned a lot there as well. So, definitely worth trying, checking out there. But yeah, don't worry about software. That's bullshit. It's all just semantics, really. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Michael. So, yeah. Feel free to message me if you want to get some more information. Okay. I am going to add a new camera. I'm going to bring it right between the bars. Like, right between. I have no idea if this is going to work. It probably won't, because it's going to be obscured by all the bars. I just want to get an idea of whether this would work at all to begin with. So right there, maybe something like this. Through the bars, like so. Let's just try and mark it to this marker. No, it doesn't work. Screw it. I'm not going to do that then. Bad idea. Delete. Back to this camera. Bind that camera. Cool, that's better. Oops. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go with this. Just the same, just exactly like how my storyboard was. But yeah, sorry if you signed off. Hopefully you didn't sign off when I answered that question. So Michael, if you come back to this this thing, again, thank you for the super chat and thank you for hopefully I answered your question. if anyone has any questions like that, feel free to ask away as well. All right, cool. So we got our shots working nicely. Hands are in position. Actually, the position of their hands there look kind of crappy there too, so I might actually fix those up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab all these. Now, you may be wondering if there's other plugins and stuff that you can try out with animation in Blender. And one of them is animation layers, which kind of inherits the sort of same settings as in Maya. That could be useful. That looks better already. That looks much better. There we go. That looks cool. All right, great. So now, this one's actually kind of going to be a bit tricky because Evie's going to reach out to the girl's hand. Actually, this actually won't be too bad because I just got to reach out and not move anything from the girl, so to speak. All right, cool. We'll wrap it up today with that, like a blocking, a really simple blocking. All right, so the shot doesn't have to be too long either. So the shot is going into my storyboard, so you can see my storyboard here. Foundations over software. Yes, that would be the best way of putting it. Sorry, I didn't see it from the multi-stream. But yes, foundations over software definitely is the case. Alright, cool. So we got ourselves a shot here, and then it kind of goes here. Alright, cool. So you can see the frames there. 8, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40. That's too long, but we'll see. 40 frames. Let's do it. $80 to 220. Actually, it might be all right. Cool. All right, cool. There we go. All right. So what I want to do now is just get this next pose into place. So what I want to do is have this keyframe. There's already been keyframed from Evie's point of view, so that's all good. I'm going to keyframe the girl as well. Keyframe everything I need to show there. No worries, mate. I'm not sure what the delay on this is, by the way, on the chat and the me responding. So, but yeah, I'm glad that I was able to help there. It should be open what's it for open day season as well. So you should check out the universities when you have the chance. Cool. So basically what I want to do is pose Evie to lean forward and grab the girl's hand. So I'm just going to move over to this point here, keyframe here, and do a pose to pose. Alright, cool. So basically what we're going to do is lean her forward. Bring her forward as well, just a tad. And then, shit. Oh no. Yeah. She's moving, yeah, very slowly. Okay, classic. Bloody brilliant. All right, let's undo that. This is the thing that shits me about Blender sometimes. If you have things hidden away, it won't keyframe them. All right, cool. Now that that's keyframed, now we can start posing. Let's move over to 200. Lean forward. Go forward like so. Luckily, there's plenty of space there for her to work with. Now you'll notice that the hand still has a gun involved. So me being a lazy bones, I'm not going to bother her letting go of the hand, of the gun. I'm just going to keyframe the constraint. So the constraint's on the gun, and all I need to do is keyframe everything here. And I'm going to keyframe next frame. Actually going to bring that forward to 180. And the next frame, push this button here, release the keyframe. Oh shit, I forgot to keyframe that first. Let's keyframe this first, the constraint. Go forward, release the keyframe, the constraint, keyframe the location there, and now the gun won't move when I move the hand. And all I want to do is get her hand onto the girl's hand. Around there. I'll reset the pose in a moment, but you can see how good does the hair look though, just waving around there. That's so cool. So what I'm gonna do is lean in like so. I'll probably drop her hand as well in here. That looks okay. I could be probably a bit faster still. And even her body can now move a bit faster into it too. And you can just see how quickly the action really does have to be. It doesn't have to be too crazy. So yeah, just working out those poses, where the thing has to go. Hand will probably come in way quicker. Yeah, that was better. So we can kind of get a bit of arc in there. That will be it for now. You can kind of nice little bit of a little settle in there as well, which is cool. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. How much we got? We got 15 minutes to go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to let's run out the hour, and then we'll wrap it up. It's always good to see everything in context. It actually looks a bit quick. I think there needs to be a bit of a build-up. So what I might do is grab her pose from everything this point onwards. I'm going to keyframe this again, everything. Paste those in there. Ooh, yeah, that should be fine. Paste those in there. And what I'm going to do is have her look down as if she's putting the gun down, and then she goes to reach out. Yeah, that looks better. A little bit of a build up there. You won't see me put the gun down, but you'll hear it once it's animated, once it's edited. Alright, cool. I think that will work alright. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. So what she's going to do is kind of look away before she looks at the girl. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, I'm going to keyframe the torso, hips, and the head, and the neck. Keyframe those. And then I'm going to have a look away ever so slightly. Make sure I'm in local view. So her body's sort of tilted toward dropping the gun. She's going to turn her head, look down, and then even in her eyes, keyframe those, and have a sort of drop down that as well. I'm gonna get that pose in there as well. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. All right, cool. She looks so angry there now. Oh, here's his shit. Let's reset that pose. Alright, cool. Ah, no worries. Thank you very much. Which professor in which college? That's what I like to know. Alright, cool. Yeah, I know, right? So I'm gonna get a little bit of a hold there. Copy here, and then as she turns, complete the blink, I guess you can say. Down, bring these ones up. Professional. Well, either way, it's cool. It's cool that you're a pro and watching my stream, so appreciate it. Alright, cool. Copied that pose there. Wait. I actually might keep them up a little bit as well. And let's see. I might copy this pose here. There we go. That's better. So we're getting that sort of early idea of what's going on in her head a little bit. Alright, cool. Oh, no worries, thank you. Alright, cool. So what we need to do now is sort of lift her body up as she's going into the handhold. Gonna rotate her body up a little bit. You can kind of see that. There we go. That looks nice. And I might even rotate the top a little bit more. That looks nice. And what I might do is just get that into a settle. Let's see what we've got here. You can kind of see it starts to look robotic once the motion on the body starts to sort of slow down as well. So what we need to do is sort of continue that a little bit as well. So you can see here that the animation looks a little bit stilted because the animation is linear there for the most part here. So what we need to do is get that motion going earlier. And that looks better already. There we go. All right, here we go. Looking good so far. So what I might do is give this a little bit of a little delay in the motion on the body. 2 frames. 1, 2. This one 4 frames. Here's a little trick, by the way, with Blender. If you want to shift frames a certain amount, just go G4, done, and it moves at 4 frames, done. And we've got ourselves a nice little transition there. And there we go. Let's see how it all looks together. What made you decide to take the plunge into animation streaming? I watched a bunch of your Blender tutorials and I was trying to pick it up. Basically to force myself to animate the shots that I need to animate. I thought it'd be fun as well, and whether or not it gets monetized, I don't know. I don't really, yeah. I would like to monetize this a little bit more, but you know, it's a nice way of connecting with everyone as well. That's basically the reason why. And right now I have the time. That's another big thing. I'm on a 2-week break between terms, so that helps. And also, what was I going to say? I got a big contract starting in October, which means every hour of my day is going to be like gone. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be freelancing full-time hours, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that whole day those days are gone. And then teaching, I teach on Fridays and Thursdays in real life. So those days are gone too, which only leaves the weekends. And that's not going to happen because, you know, by the time you've done all that sort of work, you're pretty much done. So the goal today, or this week and next week, up until next Thursday, I'm basically going to be smashing this shit out. This is like a crunch, I guess you can say, from a personal crunch to get this stuff done before I run out of time, effectively. Because basically, by the time December rolls in, I am going to be completely, like, even worse. I'll be out of commission, basically. I'll be, you know. Yeah. So, thank you very much. Yeah. So it's with a client I've worked with before in the past, but they're awesome, and looking forward to it. Yeah, that's it, right? And I'm very happy with the progress I'm making today, at least. And if it's you know, it's only 2 o'clock here, if I can get another hour or 2 into this without frying my eyes, I'll be very happy. I'm not going to stream the whole day, obviously, because it's like a 5-hour stream in that case. yeah, it's going good so far. All right, cool. So we got that going on. I want to get her head dipping a little bit as well. A little bit of a head dip in there, motion there, going down, and then it's gonna sort of come back up. Like so. Cool. Ooh, that looks a little weird. It looks like her head's turning a little bit too much forward. I actually might dip her head down a little bit like that. And then settle it. You can kind of see how the body is sort of linearizing a little bit there. And that's kind of because the body isn't rotating anymore from here on in. So if you look at the... yeah, exactly right. Just so to answer it. I'll go through mentions in a second. I just want to bring up this little thing. So the reason why suddenly it looks kind of robotic from here, from that point onwards, is because if I look at the rotation data in the graph editor, you'll see that she effectively stops rotating at this point. So what I'm going to do to stop that is just bring this down a little bit so it looks a lot more natural into the settle. What we should have is hopefully a little bit more rotation in the... Let's give this a bit more here. Oh wait, this is in location, my bad. Rotation. Where's my Euler rotation? There it is. And there we have it. We have none there. So if we go ahead and turn everything off and look at that, and look at the body, even in the body here, you'll see that her body effectively stops rotating as she turns. There it is there. So what we need to do is basically chop off this keyframe here, bring this down, and extend this out a little bit. And hopefully she looks a little bit better. And she does a little bit. You can see it happening in the body. And even here, I might even just go ahead and rotate her in the Y there. And then sort of get that going on like so. That looks a bit better. It's possible. In this case, that shot there possibly could be breaking it. But I am willing to forgive myself on this one. I've thought about that myself, because as she's turning, it's on the opposite direction. But just out of the sake of constraints in terms of where the camera can go, I'm willing to forgive that. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you very much. Terry by T, thank you. What are your plans for the score sound design? I came through the RMIT Fine Arts and Spatial. Oh, well, there you go. Interesting. So to do the sound design, I will be, you know, if you want to contact me and send me some of your work, feel free to send through. But I do have a friend that I am considering if he has time to do it for me. I've known him for years, so maybe him. Otherwise, if he's not free, I'll be scouting in a few weeks to do the sound design and the music. Yeah, it's right on the edge. Exactly right. If it's like literally right in the middle, to be honest. So you're right. You're right. If I were to move the camera further down, it would be completely broken. Ah, great. No worries. I'm glad it worked out. Yes, that's how it works. go. So I'm still working out the torso motion here. Yeah, basically. It does go further than this as well, so there's a lot of context in these scenes to know exactly where everyone is, so once it's all put together, you see it all in context, it's fine. I would consider moving the camera a little bit more central, but we'll see, because there's going to be a lot of negative space there, but again, not too fast. Alright, so you can see here that the whole torso needs to have that rotational easing going on there. You can see it there, it's just completely dying. So go there, we'll do the same thing in this one. I think this one's okay. That looks a lot better already. There we go. The other reason it's dying here as well is that the rotation of the body doesn't really rise either. So if we go to the Y location there and look at this in context, it's very subtle. Oops, too far. There we go. And it's kind of looking a little bit too sharp. So what I might do is delete this and extend this. Let's have a look at the rotation there as well. Yeah, that's it. So what we're going to do is extend this as well. Or what I might do is, yeah, I'm going to extend this out. Do that on this one as well. See where it dies. Yep. There we go. And you see I kind of do use the ooh, what else? Even worse. I'll figure it out. And so, I know why it's happening. Let's have a look at the Z location. There it is. There's the culprit. There we go. That looks better. I haven't tried the real-time compositing in 3.3 yet, so I'm not sure. There you go. Alright, cool. Got 2 more minutes to go here before we wrap it up. So what I might do is finish this up with a little bit of head turn action. Just a little bit of subtlety. So here we got our turn. So what I might do is almost rotate her head a little bit to that's actually kind of nice, that little expression there. Why does that look so much better? That little tiny bit there. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Cool. Looking at that, I quite like that. Alright, cool. And I might keep that going over like so. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So yeah, we're getting there in the end. I'm gonna wrap it up there though. and continue this off screen. And then hopefully next time you see me, there'll be another shot to work with. And yeah, that's looking really cool. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna say thank you again for watching. It's been really fun. Yeah, it's been awesome. Appreciate the super chats for those who gave it. Awesome questions all around. It's been really fun to answer everyone's inquiries and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be on again probably tomorrow, maybe Thursday. See how we go. Not sure what time I'll be on, but you never know. And for those people have been begging me to get on in America as well, so I might get on a little earlier tomorrow, like early morning. We'll see how we go. Other than that, though, I'm just gonna say thank you. I'll catch you guys next time, and yeah, keep an eye out on the other videos as well. So part 3 will be coming soon for the sculpting of the dragon. Cheers. No worries. Thank you for all joining in. All right, catch you later. Oh, thank you, Sydney. Nice.